All right. I want to say Kahala Yahweh by. Oh, shoot. I want to say Kahala Yahweh by Shem Yahweh by Shimmer Kakadash. Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahushai, Brakata Raka Kadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that continue to teach me this truth and who rule well. Shalom to my fellow Akim, who are the hopeful elect. Shalom. All right. So this is part 2 of my little investigation into Benny Boy, Benji here, this boy here, which he's a boy. He's a boy to me. I don't recommend you guys watch my first part of the breakdown. It wasn't the best quality. The quality could be better. Quality could be better. But in short, what I pretty much went into is the connection between University of Massachusetts and I believe Columbia. And in short, I found that the first leader of the University of Massachusetts, the first president, of the University of Massachusetts, his name is Henry French, and his son, Daniel French, was the guy who did the alma mater for Columbia, and he also did a bunch of other sculptures like the Lincoln statue. So, moving further on this guy, he studied architecture at MIT. Now, MIT is renowned. Like, everyone knows about MIT. And now I'm kind of surprised I didn't even really go into it the first part. But nevertheless, the Holy Spirit has come upon me to go into it now. So this is University Technology, very highly competitive school within the University of Massachusetts. So I looked up the fraternities, and you have a very long list of fraternities. You know, a bunch of Greek names. And truth be told, going back to that video, Ex-Master Mason exposes the Freemasons. A lot of these guys, the Masons actually recruit at these fraternities. They get the leaders of these fraternities, and those are the guys that they bring up. Now, I tried to go look up some famous guys that graduated that were a part of these fraternities, but I haven't really came up with anything. So this is another one. This is just an example. And going furthermore about Benny, which also kind of makes it a bit suspicious, he also earned a master's degree from the Sloan School of Management, which is one of the most not expensive, the most competitive, I guess you would call it graduate schools inside MIT. So this is a list of MIT graduates, which would kind of show you that it's something's going on here. A lot of highly recognized people have graduated from this university, and more than likely these people probably were from these fraternities. They grew up in these fraternities where they were inducted by the Masons and were later able to rise up and get these positions. More than likely, the MIT is just a training school to build these diplomats. Let's look at this guy here, Kofi Annan. See, Ghanaian diplomat. More than likely, it's a training school for diplomats, which I believe this guy here, Netanyahu, was a diplomat for some time. See, diplomacy, diplomatic affairs, science and tech. So once again, this school is a training school for some of the quote-unquote brightest minds of the future. Just like Harvard, just like Oxford, just like Columbia, they're all the same. Right, that's the alumni list. We're going to ignore that. Yeah, we're going to ignore that as well. I think there was something here, but yeah, we're gonna ignore that. what we're more focused on is on this thing. So I did a simple Google search. I looked up MIT Secret Society, and this is what I came up with. Um, Here's another thing here. No, that's not it. There's another one that I wanted that was a pretty good website. Yep, there it is. And I found that article, of course, that one there, but then I also found this one about a secret society in MIT. Osiris was a student organization founded in 1904 by Massachusetts Institute of Technology student Arthur J. Sweet. It was a secret society with the purpose of promoting contact among students, administrators, and faculty. Each year, the 15 active student members selected their successors and a member of the administration or faculty or alumni to be an honorary member. The honorary members included each president of the institute. The club was also referred to as not 270 for an early meeting site at 270 Beacon Street in Boston. The group met for monthly dinner meetings that provided informal settings in which undergraduates discussed issues and suggestions about institute affairs to administrators and faculty. Osiris disbanded in the late 1960s, which is a bunch of bullshit. And these numbers here are very important. And there's also the name of the street in Boston is also very important. And we're going to go into that in this article here. Okay, so you see the name, what's in Osiris. Now, you brothers, if you want to skip around, but for the most part, I'm going to read this entire thing. I'm a reader, and I already read it through, so I think it's just best just to go through and just read the entire thing because it's a very good piece of parchment. It's heretical parchment, but very good piece of parchment. Very informative, tells you everything you need to know about the secret society dwelling within MIT, which more than likely Benny Boy here was a part of, and that's how he got his nice special position. More than likely he was already a part of it before that. When you look at his family, his brother was involved in Operation Nintendo, if I could find it. Yep, his brother who died leading Operation Nintendo, which, I'm not going to really go into that one too much. I'll probably go into it another time, but moving back here to Osiris. So starting from the top, pages 8 through 10 of the MIT Student Directory carry a list of over 100 student activities, including newspapers, a service fraternity, APO, and several honorary societies. One activity you won't find listed there is Osiris. It isn't listed because Osiris is a secret society, or at least it used to be. Moving on. About 50 years ago, several leading students at MIT founded a secret society whose purpose was to bring students who were considered leaders on campus with each other and with faculty members and administrators to periodically dine and discuss issues relevant to the institute. Doesn't that sound familiar? They named the organization Osiris after the ancient Egyptian god of the underworld and hooked it up with some interesting symbols and ritualistic practices. What does that sound like? Freemasonry. Illuminated ones. It has survived more or less intact down to the present day, which 1971, but more than likely it is still around today. Although most of the original rules have been bent and the symbology no longer mystifies even the members. One thing that has remained is the method of perpetuation active, that is currently enrolled student members nominate candidates for admission, and election requires unanimous vote of the activities when elections are held. Hence, black balls of potential members can and do occur. Black balls are pretty much when they kick you out. And nominate candidates for admission. The Freemasons also do that. Once again, when you watch that ex-Master Mason video, he talks about that. All right, that's gonna end it for this part. I'm gonna come back.